Hello everybody, and welcome to Woopercast. This is episode 21 for the 30th of September 2016. Yeah, we're a day late on this one. I do apologize for that. Bad scheduling on my part, I won't deny that. So yeah, it's a little bit later, but hopefully it'll be worth it because it's pretty fun when we got on this week. So today I am joined by Ciaran McMahon, a friend and fellow YouTuber, fellow Pokemon trading card game YouTuber, I should say, over on PokePlaytime. He runs that channel with Alan, another friend of ours. And I do intend to be doing more videos with these guys as well, because they're pretty fun dudes, and it's nice to sort of build a more closer sense of community as well, and get collaborating on stuff, because I think we can produce better content if we work together for sure. So this is kind of the first one of a couple of projects that I think we have in mind that we want to do for sure. And they're going to get started back up with their own YouTube channel, posting some live games, I believe, are going up on theirs. If you want to find out more about them, links are in the description below to go and subscribe to them and find out more about them completely. So yeah, anyway, so I'm joined by Ciaran. And what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be discussing the ugliest cards in the game. Yes, the ugliest cards in the game. I thought this might be kind of a fun topic to do, since there wasn't really much news for us to discuss this week. But you know what? We could have a bit of a laugh. We could have a bit of a mess around. So, yeah, like I said, we're going through the cards that we just don't think are very pleasant to look at. We're going from black and white on because it gives us a lot of scope. And it also means that they're more relevant, so people might actually remember the cards. And if you're on YouTube, lucky you, because you get to actually watch the cards come up on screen as well, which is pretty great. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so joining me this week is Ciaran McMahon of PokePlaytime. So before we get into it, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Well, as Joe said, I'm Ciaran. I'm part of a channel called PokePlaytime. Me and my friend Alan. We started back about 3 years ago now, and we've dipped in and out of the game doing some videos and unboxings, but trying to get back into making vids, so I'm working on a live action vid of a deck I made this week, and other than that, there's not much to say. Cheers for having me on anyway.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for being here. As well, your channel has the most adorable name of any Pokemon YouTuber, without any question.
Alan should take the credit for that one.
It's excellent, it really is. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going through the top 10 ugliest cards from Black and White onwards, which I mean, it's kind of it's an entirely subjective conversation. Like, so that's the first thing I want to address, is that this is our own opinions. Don't take it too seriously. It's just meant to be a bit of a laugh. So nothing, if we think your favorite card is like aesthetically trash, then so be it. Don't stop playing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all fairness, I'm not artistic at all, so I don't think I could produce cards anywhere near as good as any of them. But
yeah, no, we're going to be criticizing artists who are far above our own skill levels. But
pretty much,
other than that, it'll be fine. Other than that, we also have individualists. So I made a top 10. He's made a top 10. I have not seen his. He has not seen mine. So it's going to be a complete surprise for both of us. So he might have on something that I think is fantastic, or vice versa. So that should be interesting. It's black and white on, like I said. I wanted to do a black and white on because it's more relevant this way, we're not going back super far, but I didn't want to do like XY on because that limits the amount of cards we can choose from. So I think it was a decent pick.
Yeah, I think a lot of my cards are from black and white anyway, because pretty much when I jumped into the game was Boundaries Cross, Plasma.
Yeah.
Just the tail end of Boundaries Cross being a big thing, so. I
think I've got a solid 50-50 split of black and white and X and Y cards here, so. Consistently, the bad art was spread out, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
On top of that, this is in no way like a dig to the Pokemon or the artists they get on. I think we've actually been blessed with some really good card art over the years. Maybe we could do a different video on that at some point if this goes down well. But yeah, we do have plenty of cards with fantastic art. So let's start with that. What is your favorite card in the format, aesthetically?
Oh God, I didn't prepare for this one at all.
Yeah, I just sprung this one on you, didn't I?
Yeah, big time. Thanks for that. I thought this 10 bad-looking cards is the worst.
Yeah, no, we'll change it up completely for the first 10 seconds.
I don't know. I was a big fan of the Radiant collection from Legendary Treasures, so the likes of Reshiram, Mew, and Zekrom from that.
That had some really solid stuff.
So I was a fan of those ones. I got a whole load of Legendary Treasure packs when they were out because I was trying to get my hands on a lot of cards from the game, and there was so many available on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think everyone basically completed the set of that super early on. I'm sure everyone has a page in their binder that's just Radiant collection cards and stuff. No, they were great.
Yeah, big time.
I have no arguments there. For me, I didn't even think of this myself before I asked you the question, so it's great. I do like the Mew EXs, all of them. Even the ones back from Dragon Exalted, the half art and the full art ones of those are great.
Yeah,
The XY base set full arts are fantastic too. Like the full art Xerneas CX is lovely.
yeah, and the Yveltal too. I like.
Yes, that is pretty
You know
great.
me, I'm a big Yveltal fan.
You really are, yeah. You need to up that deck to max rarity at some point.
Ah, definitely.
One day, one
If I
day.
ever get the money.
They must be expensive right now though, right? Like 20
Eh,
quid or something.
I can't imagine it's as expensive as some of the cards in the format,
True,
but
true.
if Dark picks up more momentum, it could go up in price again.
Dark's never not going to be good.
That's true.
Anyway, so those are the good cards, and leave a comment below as well what your favorite card art is and your least favorite. Let's get both sides of the argument here. So, again, like I said, it's all subjective, just for fun. No real criticisms being had here, and also, if you are watching on YouTube, I know the majority of my listeners do watch on YouTube, so if you're doing that, I will be putting up pictures of each card that we talk about, so you don't have to go Googling it and finding out what it looks like for yourself. You can see it in all its glory on screen right there. Okay, so we're going to get to the lists, and we're going to run through this one pace at a time for each list. So why don't you start us off, Kieran? What was number 10 on your list?
Number 10 on mine, it's three cards combined into one, but all for the same reason.
Yeah.
It's the Secret Rare Reshiram Zekrons from Legendary Treasure and the Secret Rare Dialga EX from Phantom Forces.
Oh, these are the big chunk of color ones, aren't they?
The gold-plated and silver-plated cards.
Yeah, yeah.
I genuinely don't see the point in these, and they're difficult for me to look at.
Spoiler alert, they're on my list too. They're a little higher up for sure. But I completely agree with you. Those cards are not great. I mean, especially on PTCGO, people had so many problems with these.
Yeah.
They were like...
It's just even hard to see, like, if they're played against you, it's hard to see what's going on in them.
Yeah. No, agreed on that one. They're not the best at all. I think they did a little bit of a better job with the Dialga.
Yeah, big time. The gold's definitely worse than the silver.
Yeah. I think
But
it's the fact
which is a
that
shame because they're all actually really good cards as well.
Yeah. I mean, at least with like all of them, there are other versions of the cards. You don't have to play the big chunk of gold one. You can play a different one.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're kind of stuck with it. I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty ugly. I won't disagree with you on that one. Number 10 on my list, I have Recycle from Black and White base set, I think it is. My issue with this card is it's just so boring. Like, there's no effort to make this look interesting at all. Like, if you look at, like, a red card from XY base, it's like, at least the card looks dynamic. Like, it's literally just a red, rectangle. But they
Yeah.
at least try to make it look interesting. Recycle is just dull as hell.
I could honestly see myself, like, if I open a pack from back then and find a Recycle, even if it was the best card in format, I would bypass it entirely. I would not
Yeah.
even be interested in reading it.
There's nothing about it that makes you go, oh, I want to put this in my deck. Even though it's a cool card. Like, I don't mind the effect,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm not into it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
All right, so number 9 on your list, what would that be?
Well, this one's kind of a bit shallow of me. I put Trevor. It's an XY Black Star promo. And this is solely because this guy needs to sack his barber and probably get away from home because his parents let him go outside looking like that.
His hair is actually bigger than his own head, isn't it?
It's amazing. He looks like a basketball.
I was going for like a pumpkin or an orange, but basketball works too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's a good card. Like
No, it's a
Bridget
shit
does
card.
a much better job at what he's meant to do.
Isn't Bridget like strictly better than Trevor in every conceivable way?
I can't think of a way that it's not unless you specifically want to find only one Pokemon in your deck.
But you can
And
do
even
that
then,
with
Bridget lets you do that. Or you're in some way against using female supporter cards.
Yeah, you're extremely sexist.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, no disagreements there. Trevor was not. I'm not Trevor's biggest fan by any means. I believe I quoted someone at League once where I compared Trevor being about as useful as a particular sexually transmitted disease, and that's my opinion of Trevor. I don't think no one's gonna play him. That's like at least the mini advantage of him is that we'll never get to actually see him. But
That's true.
when did he even come out? Like, what was he in?
I have him here as a Black Star promo XY33, so I think he was just randomly showed up along the line somewhere.
In some kind of set.
Yeah, like Karen's showing up for us now in an awkward way, no doubt.
Yeah, except no one really cared when Trevor got released.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, that's Trevor. Don't play him. Let's see. Number 9 on my list. I have promo Gyarados EX. I don't know how many people have actually seen this one because I didn't see this until I was actually going through the cards again to make this list. But this is the Gyarados EX that came out in the tins. And my god, it is a hideous, hideous card. There's really nothing, like no elaborate reason I have for this one. It's just like his head is just there. And it's not pleasing to look at all. And there's so many other great Gyaradoses you can choose. This one should not be the one you want to be playing.
Yeah. Does it even offer anything different from the other promos, or is it just the same thing again?
It's the same like Gyarados as the other Gyaradoses. I can't remember what other tin promos came out at the same time as them.
Yeah. Was that the one that you had in a pre-release for that set, wasn't it? And you just spent the whole thing with just Gyarados and flipping coins trying to get water energy now?
Yes, that is exactly what I did. It was one Gyarados and like 39 water energy. And it was terrible because I flipped tails all day. It was absolutely horrible.
I can't imagine that was fun at all.
No, it wasn't. But at least I pulled the full art Gyarados, and I didn't have to get stuck with some ganky looking promo like this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of lazy in more ways than anything else.
I mean, they already did have 3 arts of the same card, so they were like probably struggling to think of the 4th way that they could do it.
Yeah.
But even still, this is not fun to look at all.
Yeah, there's been very few aesthetically amazing promos though as well.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why they're tin promos, because they're cheaper. Like, you get what you're paying for in a way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, number 8 on your list, what would that be?
This is more of a personal vendetta against it. I went with the full art Gengar EX from Phantom Forces.
What? That card looks great.
I think it looks more like a knockoff carnival balloon that you'd have or something like that that's called Pokemon instead of Pokemon.
I know what you mean. Like, the kind of thing that would be like at a Thanksgiving parade and like sort of...
Yeah.
I get what you... I'm actually going to bring up a picture of the card now because I can't remember what it looks like super well off the top of my head. Gengar EX.
Because the half art's actually quite nice as well.
Yeah, the half art's great. I like the way he's kind of coming out with the card very well. Yeah, I mean, I think... For me, this is one of those cards that looks a bit better in real life, but I think a lot of people had a problem with whatever those jelly bean things are.
Yeah.
A lot of comments were made about those at the time. I don't know. I still don't really get them. What are they meant to be?
I don't know, maybe some sort of hypnosis beam or something like that, but it tracks all the way back. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's a bad card myself. I don't know. I'm thinking. And you said you had a personal vendetta against it. What's that about?
I'm a big fan of, like, my 3 original gen Pokemon that I was a big fan of are Charizard, Gengar, and Sandslash. I don't know why, it's just I always seem to have them in my team by the time I got to the Elite Four, so doing Gengar bad is kind of insulting to me.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. Anyway, we were on number 8, weren't we? Yeah. Number 8 on my list is Blackkyurem EX from Boundaries Crossed. I dislike this for a lot of the same reasons that I mentioned with the Gyarados EX. But the one thing that kind of pisses me off from a more graphic designy standpoint is the fact that the text is so small and like squished into place on the top of the card. Just really bothers me like more than it probably should.
That was the one they reprinted as a tin promo as well, wasn't it?
Reprinted, yeah, I think it was like they reprinted the bad one and not the good one.
Yeah.
It was definitely the bad one that got the tin promo.
It's a shame because they couldn't even use the excuse that it's hard to put those black and white Kyurem cards onto like do them justice, because the black Kyurem with black Ballista looked, I thought, fantastic in how simple it was.
Yes. No, I agree. Yeah, I get it. I actually have the picture up here now, and that's fine, actually. That it's like basically the same like pose, but it's taken from a completely different camera angle, and it looks fine. I have no issues with that at all. This guy has this like massive underbite, which is very strange to me. I don't know. He looks more like some kind of fan art than an actual Pokemon. The text is all squished up. Like the EX is almost touching the M of Kyurem, and that kind of stuff is just driving me nuts looking at it. I'm not a fan of this one.
Don't think they planned too far ahead when they designed it and just rushed it to print more than anything else.
That's probably it. And on top of that, it's just a terrible card.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think anybody even tried to play it.
All around, it's just not good. Anyway, and we're on to number 6, I believe, right? Is it?
No, number 7.
Number 7, number 7, yes.
Number 7. I went with Darumaka from Emerging Powers.
Oh, I'm getting this stuff. I have no idea what this looks like.
Oh yeah, no, I stumbled across this one, and it was actually the girlfriend that gave me the description of this. I couldn't put my finger on it. It looks like a creepy baby Totoro.
Yeah, it does. It's exactly one of those tiny things that runs around in My Neighbor Totoro. You're right. That is, his eyes look like he doesn't really have them, and someone drew some like white stickers and just stuck them on instead.
Yeah, or a pair of googly eyes or something.
That is quite disturbing the more and more I look at it. Yeah, I skimmed over that one myself, but no, I can definitely see why you'd have that on your list. I mean, he doesn't even have a nose, and his mouth doesn't actually close, it just joins up at the eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that. Yeah. Okay, no, that's on your list for very valid reasons. I can't believe I missed that one. Let's see, what's up next? Okay, number 7, all right? This one's definitely going to be controversial, but I think Full Art Flareon EX from Generations, or whatever, the Radiant Collection or whatever they had then. I know a lot of people love this one, but the eyes really set me off. The weird like hollow black slits, it's just not my thing at all. You know the one I mean?
Yeah, I've got that on my list as well for the exact same
Nice,
reason.
nice.
I've
Okay.
literally my notes here on it are Flareon EX, those eyes.
That's it. Yeah, I think mine just says eyes as well. Just that's it. And that's all the justification I need to put it on the list. The fact that it like tessellates, like if you have like three of the card and like line them up in a row, the EVs will like line up apparently or something like that, I've heard.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that that looks even more horrifying.
Oh God, yeah. Like it's just you just get lost for hours, and these are meant to be like adorable little dog Pokemon, and yet
Exactly.
they've made them terrifying.
The Sylveon EX doesn't look like that. The full art one of that. That looks great.
Yeah, that's actually kind of adorable in a lot of
It's
ways.
actually a pretty nice looking card. Yeah, I'd give you that. And on top of that, there's like already a Flareon EX that's like, I think is quite nice. You know, it's got these little paws hanging out of the frame. That's cool.
Yeah, the half art one, isn't it?
The half art one.
Yeah, that is quite a nice one actually. I was looking at that one, and I was like, oh, that's a nice card, and then I got to the full art and was like, that is just no, that is straight on the list.
The full art's the one that you want to be like, okay, I'm the max rarity kind of guy. I'm paying the top dollar for, but you don't want this one in your deck, right?
No.
No.
It's kind of like the Thunderous or the Tornado CX from a couple of years ago. People ran the half arts because the full art looked like it was staring into their soul or something. I think Luca did
Tornadus
a video on it.
hyphen EX. Let's get this up. The full art looked like it was. Which one was the wrong one?
It was a Tornado CX. Hang on, I'll see if I can get it up and if I'm saying the right name.
There are more Tornadus EX than I thought there were.
Yeah, there was a Plasma one. There was, here, let's see if I can get this set up. I think it's Dark Explorers or one of those.
Dark Explorers. Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that is kind of a strange looking full art, isn't it?
Yeah.
He is kind of reaching out for me, and I'm not very comfortable with that at all.
Just looking down your bench and going, what's going to happen?
In 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of discussion on this card on pkmncards.com, but I'm not going to read the comments on here. Yeah, no, the top comment is just those eyes are crazy, and with a ton of upvotes. So, you know, that tells you all you need to know about that one. Anyway, so we were on. I just read out my number 7, which means you should read out your number 6.
I went for a recent set in Hypno from Breakthrough.
Oh no! I love that card.
Yeah, oh my God, you're into weird cards, man. This is terrifying. This is the kind of thing that if I looked at this painting in a museum, like I have it down as creepy painting, this would haunt my nightmares. I'd be waking up sweating thinking Hypno is going to try and steal me or something like that.
This is amazing though. This is so intricate. That's the beauty of it though, right? He's meant to be like, this is dark. Like there's no question about it. Like for Pokemon card art, this is a pretty like, you know, dark card. There's nothing cheery about this one.
I don't know, but I don't think Hypno is meant to be cheery. I don't know, it's just something about it gives me the creeps. I don't think I'd love to be playing this deck with Darkrai. I just don't think I could bring myself to do it for fear of not sleeping after the tournament.
The artist who did this one, Tomokazu Kamiya, he has if you're into this kind of super weird stuff, like all of his artwork is completely wacky. Like he's got an Electro and that's like an oval, and he's got a Voltorb from way back that's almost a triangle. Like it's very weird stuff that he makes. I don't know, I appreciate it. I like the sort of the way it like links up with the Clefairy from this set, and you've got the Clefairy wandering off into the woods alone, and it's like hypnotized by the Hypno in this dark woods.
Yeah,
So I appreciate the continuity of it.
Yeah, I suppose there is a story behind it, but I'm still going to stick with the idea that it just creeps the hell out of me.
I could see the way it would terrify you though. That's definitely very apparent. All right, so the next one I have on my list, if I can find here. Ah yes, I have the Chunk of Gold Dragons down at number 6. Again, I think we're now just both unanimously agreeing that these are not very nice cards, and
No,
there
they're
are
not.
way better alternatives than them. Which alternative will you play, actually? The Reshiram EX. I mean, the full art one from, not EX, but the full art one from Legendary Treasures. That's great.
Yeah, the Rady collection, I have loads of those, and
Yeah.
like I mean, I played them religiously whenever I played that deck. I actually loved that Reshiram. It was always fun to play, and the Zekrom too.
Yeah, no, they were both good. I played them both actually quite extensively myself. And on top of that, when the Chunk of Gold ones came out, they were like really expensive.
Yeah, people were going mad to get their hands on them. I know a few people, like I think Legendary Treasures probably made a mint for gamers or when we were there.
They did. They still are. Like people are they're still getting in booster boxes of Legendary Treasures for some people,
Wow,
which is insane. Yeah,
that's impressive.
it's more for like casual players because it's just so easy to pull the X's in them. But even still, that's like great business.
Yeah, I pulled a lot of cards today. Like my Darkrai's are from that. One of my Keldeos and Mewtwo EX. Like I pulled a lot of cards that that I'm still using and expanded like for
Yeah.
from that set. Like if that set hadn't come out, I'm still down a lot of money from spending money on packs, but I'd probably be down a lot more from some of the stuff that I've pulled.
Sure, even like the Mew EX that came out of it, you can still play that now. Like,
Yeah, the Radiant Collection one.
yeah.
You know that's going straight into a couple of decks when it comes legal.
Exactly, yeah. It's already in a few of mine, actually. And on top of that, well, you had the Mellow EXs for a round. That was a good set.
Yeah, I played that deck actually. I had a lot of fun with that round
You
deck.
really do like your round, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, now the new what's the Time Ball has a round now.
Yes.
So just gonna throw a massive round deck together with Skyfield and let's see what happens.
And Whismer. That's a grand total of 80 damage that you can do with a round. Have fun, man. Have
Well, that's
fun.
standard. I'm talking expanded here.
Oh, expanded. Okay, that's a lot better.
Go straight to the Toad and the Clefable.
At least you hit Volcanion for weakness in standard, so you
That's
never know.
true.
You never know. Anywho, I will move on to my number. Oh, it's your number 5 now, isn't it? Yeah.
My number 5, yeah. So I went with the secret rare Execute card from Plasma Blast.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
And like, while this card, I agree with it. I have 2 of them at home. I ran them when I ran Blastoise for the superior energy retrieval. The gold tint on the card, and I've noticed this on the secret rare Viridian, kind of turns the paler colors to a green, so the eggs just look infected. They look like they're gone off.
They do look gone off. That is true. I don't get the like pink swirly background on it either. That's kind of making me feel a bit sick. I mean, I didn't think of it initially, but now that you're pointing it out and I'm seeing it next to the regular Execute, just the the standard one from the set, I much prefer the standard one from the set.
Yeah.
Like, no question. It's probably not an expensive secret rare, but even still.
I'd say it probably is, because this was well, maybe not nowadays, but this was very splashable. This went into a hell of a lot of decks.
That is true, actually. It was played in quite a lot of stuff. I played like Weavile, Execute.
and Ember off the top of my head.
Yeah. Archie's Blastoise will still use this. Like, Night March and Expanded can still get a lot of use out of this if Karen doesn't stop that from, doing everything it's supposed to do. I don't know. I played like Weavile Eggs was one of the first competitive decks I ever built. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was the one you discarded off the bench, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like you discard as many Pokemon from your hand as you like.
Oh yeah.
And basically the idea was you just discard 4 Execute, then bring them back, then discard them again.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. Anyway, so number 5 on my list. Okay. I don't know. This is it's not outright ugly. It's just there's nothing to say about it. Old Amber Aerodactyl. That has to be on the list, I think. This card pisses me off every time I see it. It's literally just an orange oval. I mean, I don't even know which set this would There's 2 sets it's in, and in both of them, I'm just going to group them together. There's no effort to make this card look interesting or anything. And granted, they don't have a lot to work with. It is just an orange oval.
Yeah.
But I played it in my own Aerodactyl deck for a bit, and I was every time I drew into it, I just got so bored. It's just a very frustrating card to look at and sort of enjoy playing, I'm not.
Yeah, looking at them side by side, all they did was change the background and the orientation.
Yeah.
But even if you think towards the other fossils as well, don't they have something related to the Pokemon they're turning into?
They have some kind of shape. They're shaped like the Pokemon that they're going to turn into.
Yeah.
The old Amber is just I granted. In one of them, there's a tiny fly if you look really closely in the middle of it. But
yeah,
that's bull. Come on, it's not that great. This is for the same reason as Recycle, in a way. This is just a really dull card to look at. Okay.
Yeah, I can't really argue with you. There's not even much you can say to argue why it's boring.
You can't defend it. That's the thing.
No.
It's a really bad card. Anyway, that is your number 4 we're on now, isn't it?
It is indeed. And I went with a Dragon's Exalted card, Garchomp, the one with the Jet Headbutt attack.
Oh, is this the one with the really long head or something like that?
Yeah, it looks more like I was looking at the card, and I actually ran this card when I was when I started playing. Garchomp was one of the first things, and I like Garchomp in the games, but it looks like someone just painted a jet plane to look like Garchomp, and then they took a photo of that and put it on a card.
There actually is a jet plane there's 2 jet planes in the same picture as it. Oh wait, this is the Dragon's Exalted one. I'm looking at the Legendary Treasures one.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
It's not the one. It's the one that has Jet Headbutt as its attack.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I got you now. Yeah, you know what? That's not a very good looking Garchomp. I'm looking at the other Garchomps here, and I'm that is by far and away the worst one on this page.
Yeah.
No questions about that. I don't know. It's missing most of its body as well. It's just a really close-up shot of its head.
I don't know if they're trying to go for this is the ultimate new attacking Pokemon that we have coming out, but it did literally just look like a jet plane painted to look like Garchomp.
It really does, doesn't it? Yeah. The more I look at it, the more it's like sort of coming together in my head. Like, I see what you mean. It kind of reminds me more of Skarmory than it does of Garchomp, almost.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And also, just on top of that, the attacks are complete crap. And compared to, like, the other Garchomp, there
Yeah.
is no comparison at all.
I wonder how good that new Garchomp will be with the double dragon energy legal now.
Oh, man. I mean, like, if it was legal back then, maybe a bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Cut was, like, the main attack, wasn't it?
Yeah, with 60 discard of special energy.
Yeah.
So the mirror match is never going to be fun.
That's true. That's true. Okay, you have to
And
run
they're
like
weak to dragon, so it's just 120,
oh
120
Jesus,
both
no.
discard energies.
You could run like Magirna EX, I guess, to stop them discarding the energy, and then hope they don't hit any Altarias to knock you out in one hit or something like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Okay, no, I agree with you. It's not a very nice looking card. Number 4 on my list then. It's gonna be Full Art Battle Reporter. Yeah, this has to be on the list. No question for me. This was like when I was making the list off memory, the ones I wrote down, Battle Reporter was like, right, that has to be here. First of all, the Pat Rat saves it. Like, this will be way higher up on the list if it didn't have like that cute little Pat Rat on its shoulder. I'm just trying to get the card up here so I have a better idea of it in my head while I'm doing this. Battle Reporter. Okay, yeah. But on top of that, Chris, shout out to Chris, a guy who we know, a friend of ours, pointed out to me one day that he looks like Robin Thicke, and I cannot unsee it.
Oh, wow. I said that all I had in my head was like, things went downhill for Tony Stark once the Iron Man suits blew up.
yeah, I can see Tony Stark in that too. It's the mustache bothers me probably the most. That is like not even like a manly mustache. That is a weak ass mustache.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you've got the makings of a beard there. Just get the beard in.
Exactly. It's like it's like he shaved it with a ruler or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Pat Rat's great, but like it's the rest of the card. I would not want to be interviewed by this man.
No.
And on top of that, it's like completely unplayable.
Yeah, I don't think. Like when I was playing Pokemon TCG Online, like a lot of people use this card for a turn 1 hand refresher. Was I'd rather have Sycamore,
Yeah,
and other cards like that are actually functional all game rather than just turn 1.
I want to point out that Tierno was used in Mienshao and Ancient Trait Metagross. Shauna is being used in Stray Toad and Wailord. Battle Reporter has never been in anything successful in history. So there you go. Though it's officially the worst draw supporter we have that isn't Lass's recommendation.
The only time I can think of being good is if you've just been N to 1 and that's your 1.
But what if your
I still think I'd
opponent
rather.
also has like one card in hand? Then it doesn't work.
That's true.
And if they're ending you late game, then they probably do only have one card in their hand.
Or maybe 2.
Or maybe 2, granted, yes. In which case, Tierno does a better job.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, not feeling this card. He's a kind of a creepy dude. I'm really not into him at all. Like,
Yeah.
he can go away. Onto that, your number 4, or number... Yeah, no, your number 4, what's that?
No, it's my number 3 now, isn't it?
Oh, you're number 3, sorry, yeah. I'm getting the order
my
completely mixed up today, but whatever.
My number 3 was Flareon EX for the same reason.
Yeah.
Those eyes.
Fair enough. No, again, no disagreement here. That's an ugly card. No.
And when they were saying, like, when you said about lining them up, it was only Flareon EX, I think, that got a full art. That like this, like Vaporeon and Jolteon didn't, I don't think, did they?
No, they didn't. You line up the Flareon with itself.
But then you're going to get half a Vaporeon and half a
Turn
Jolteon.
it upside down.
No. Now you're just
Apparently it
generating
does. I cannot confirm this, but apparently it does.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's not like you turn it upside. Actually, no, it isn't. It's like it does. There is continuity there, but it like leads on to the next Vaporeon, so you do get the kind of half thing. But I don't know. The fact that there's 3 of them as well. Now that I'm looking at the card again, it's just
Yeah.
I can't look away from it, and that's kind of terrifying. Yeah, no, deservedly high on the list. I know some people do love this card. If you're one of those people, please tell me why. I don't get it at all.
Because it's a good card.
Yeah, but use the other one, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, number 3 on my list. Where are we now? All right. I'm not sure if you spotted this one, but Stunfisk from Dragons Exalted, I believe it is.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you'll love it when it comes up. Yeah, it's Dragons Exalted. Yeah, that's it.
It's one of the autocompletes, so obviously people are looking this up.
Yeah. It's on screen right now, so you can look at it and judge it for yourself, but Christ on a bike. That is hideous.
Which one is it? The Earth one, is it?
The
Fighting?
yeah, the Dragon's Exalted one. I think it's the only one Dragon's Exalted. Fighting type.
Oh, yeah. It got the same card got a reprint in Legendary Treasures, but it looked completely
Yes,
different.
the Legendary Treasures reprint is fine. I have no issues with that. This one though.
Legendary Treasure ones look like it's straight out of Pingu, actually.
Yeah, it does. You know what? It does. But no, this one normally I have like I've had clever reasons or like justification for the reasons that like I have, these cards in here at such high points in the list. I don't have justification for this one. It's just it is ugly. I don't
Yeah.
really need to defend this, I don't think at any point. So
Well, this is down to the point that I was trying to make to you when we started this project was it's hard to decide between an ugly card or an ugly Pokemon, but I think this just hits both
it
straight out of
does,
the
doesn't
park.
it? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Stunfisk isn't probably the most beautiful Pokemon of all time, granted. But if you look at like the Legendary Treasures one, the Pingu one, which is straight
Yeah.
out of Pingu, no question.
Yeah.
But that's not an ugly card. Stunfisk doesn't look ugly there.
No.
This is something else. And the Legendary Treasures one, the Radiant Collection one, that came close to making the list as well, but at least I can laugh at it. The Dragon's Exalted one, no, that's just straight up hideous. I don't know if you've seen the Legendary Treasures one. It's the one where it's like blowing kisses at you.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's not. Yeah, we're moving swiftly on from a Stunfisk that has an attack called Attract. I don't know who he's attracting with that. Anyway, what was your number two?
Well, we're not moving on that quickly because it's that Stunfisk from Legendary Treasures Rainbow Collection.
Oh, come on. Well, yeah. Well, we did. Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. I mean, I said it like at least I could laugh at it, and I didn't want two Stunfisks this high up on the list to be too harsh on the guy, but no, that's very
Yeah.
difficult to defend this one.
Oh, big time. Like, my notes on it are literally, this thing is creepy, blowing kisses, no amount of glitter can save it. Some Pokemon were made for Rainbow Collection. This was not one.
It was like they got oh man. It was like they got 24 cards in and then they were like the 25th one. What do we do?
Yeah.
What's the last one that we need? And this was it. Yeah, no. Just can we move on from this one, please?
I reckon it was pitched as a joke, but it's just, before we move on, I just want to say, like, you have the Pikachu, the Piplup, the Full Art Meloetta, and the Full Art Mew EX from that Radiant Collection. Fantastic cards to look at.
Absolutely.
And then there's this abomination. To balance the scale.
Yeah, you know what? That's it. They couldn't like be too like biased towards the cute Pokemon. They needed to give someone else a chance. Maybe Garbodor in the next Radiant Collection. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anywho, number two on my list, I believe,
Yep.
is yeah, and I feel like these are probably number one on your list if you haven't mentioned them already. The Ancient Origins Secret Rares.
Oh, I didn't even try and look at them.
Yeah.
They just anger me. Are these the ones with the different ancient traits?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't. It's not on my list, but that was purely because I just didn't want to rag on three cards twice in the same list.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, it's like they're all hideous though, and
Yeah.
there's no like saving factor about it. They're just not very nice.
And isn't Kyogre, isn't he like green in it or something like that?
I think he's. Oh, I'll get it up. Unfortunately, I will look at it and find out for myself again. Kyogre EX, Ancient Origins. He's kind of a greeny blue. There's so much going on it though.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Like the Primal Ground, I think it gets progressively worse as well. Because like you get to the Groudon, I would say that's worse than the Kyogre. And then the one directly after is the Rayquaza, and the Rayquaza for me is that's where you have to draw the line. Where does this card begin and end?
Yeah, it's just I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
The
It's painful to look at.
the regular full art Rayquaza was like, it's messy enough as it is, but at least I can appreciate it. This, no, just
Yeah.
absolutely not. And obviously they're not playable at all. But the other
No.
thing is like, if you wanted to play one of these ones with the special ancient trait, you have to use these. There's like no alternative. They're the only printing of that. So you're stuck with these guys.
But I mean, is there any way you're going to use that? Like, if you look at, you have, was it Alpha Growth attached to energies, amazing ability.
Yes.
Delta Evolution, drop it first turn attack, amazing. Groudon's the Omega Barrier,
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
and you can't get Lysander. I mean, all of those are phenomenally good abilities for or ancient traits.
Yeah, none of these are. Delta Max sucks.
Could you imagine if Delta Max was the initial one and the secret rares were all the good ones?
I don't know if anyone will play Rayquaza. Because I think the thing as well about these is like, I've been saying this list is entirely subjective. I think these are unanimously like considered ugly. I don't think anyone actually enjoys staring at these things.
They're like someone has all three buried in a binder at the bottom of their bookshelf that were slotted in and left there and will be there till the day that just the world ends.
Just because they wanted to complete the set and they were like, I need these in order to do that. And that's it. And just they're purely functional for that purpose alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, these are hideous. No question. But what could possibly top those? What is your number one, Kieran?
Okay, my number one is actually quite a playable card from back in the day and is now seeing more play again. It's a Garbodor card
Okay.
from Legendary Treasures.
Garbodor LTR.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? It's on my short list. It didn't make my top 10, but it was on my short list. I highly considered it. Like,
Now, in fairness to Pokemon and all of their artists, if they can find someone who can do an attractive Garbodor card, that thing will sell for millions.
without it looking like the Stunfisk from that Radiant Collection.
Yes. This looks like someone sat down to paint a portrait of Garbodor. And I just...
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, they did. This isn't like a photograph. This isn't it in an action post. This is like it sat down and a professional artist came in and was like, hold still for a minute while I like paint all your features. Oh my god. You're absolutely right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a very difficult Pokemon to make it look nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
big time.
really none of the Garbodors here, even the secret rare shiny one, look nice. But
No, the secret rare one's kind of... But, like, I mean, it's a secret rare and it's a good card. You can justify it. This thing, like, I have so many of these. And anytime I'm sleeving it up for a deck, I'm like, oh, don't look at it.
this guy again.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I can't argue with that. In fairness, now that you've pointed out that it looks like a painting of Garbodor, and I'm picturing that situation in my head, it should have made my top 10 somewhere. That's hilarious. Oh god.
At least it made someone's top 10.
At least it made, yeah, that's very true. I mean, probably made someone's top 10 of the most annoying cards, but
Oh, yeah.
anyway, my number one, and I know this is going to be controversial because I've heard loads of people saying this is absolutely beautiful. My number one is Secret Rare Volcanion, because I pulled this at the pre-release, actually, and I was so disappointed. I have actually like 4 reasons why this is number one. They're very good reasons. Trying to find the picture of it now. Yeah, here we go. It's loading up. Okay, we'll leave it there. Man, look. First of all, its face. Okay,
Yeah.
that face is awful. You want to like cover that bit up with a sticker when you're playing it. Like put a sticker on that part of the sleeve, and then put it in the sleeve. Like, because that is only a mother could love that face for sure.
Even then, is it because she's obliged to, or?
No, because she was born blind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, not good. Second of all, there are 2 secret rares in this set. One of them is the Gardevoir, and that card is beautiful. Like, really? You know the Gardevoir I mean, right?
I'm gonna look it up now.
It has the Yveltal in the background. It's lovely.
Oh, I think I do know the one you're talking about, yeah.
Beautiful card, no question. Honestly,
Oh, it is, yeah.
would probably make my top 10 favorite looking cards. And if you're pulling a secret rare from the set and you get this instead, how disappointed are you going to be?
I'm looking for my money back.
Yeah, exactly. What you call it? There's like so many other printings of Volcanion already. So we've got like the regular art, we've got the full art, which is amazing. The full art looks great, fantastic.
Yeah, I like the full art a lot.
If you've got the money, that's the one you go for. The regular art, that's cool too. I'm fine with that. There's the promo from the tins. It's not the best, but
I've got 4 of them on the way for monetary
as
issues.
do I
but
actually, yeah, because it was cheaper than the other ones.
Yeah.
Like at least you have the option for that one. But the most expensive one and the most elusive one is this monstrosity.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the money for this one, just buy the full art one instead and not the secret rare one, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the most expensive card in the set, is it? I'm comparing it to the Mega Guard or the Gardevoir EX, and it's a good $2 more expensive. Like,
Xerneas Break is like 20 quid.
seriously?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wow.
I still have no idea why. I know it's a good card, but there's loads of good cards in this set. I don't know why this one became 20 quid, but it is.
I think we're just looking at a state where the meta needs to settle down before prices start to stabilize.
Yeah, you're probably right. Especially 'cause that's the thing though. Like with everyone coming in with the new prices, and it's like the hype builds up and the cards get more expensive. And my final reason is because this is part of probably one of the best decks in format, if not the best. Which means you're going to see it all the time, and you're going to have to keep staring at whatever those weird ginger eyebrows are that he has. Like they're meant to look like flames, but they just look pathetic.
Is that what they're meant to be?
I think they're meant to be flames.
Oh god.
I hope he doesn't actually have ginger eyebrows for some random reason, because he doesn't have hair on any other part of his body.
That'd be a strange place to only have eyebrows.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, that is my ugliest card in the set. That is Ciaran's ugliest card in the set.
We need to build a deck out of both of those cards.
Volcanion Garbodor. Yes, that sounds very functional.
Completely counterproductive. Great mirror match though.
Yes, very fun mirror match. It's just people volcanic heating then passing because they can't volcanic heat next turn.
No, volcanic heat Ranger.
Exactly, yeah. Who can find Ranger first? That's who wins. Anyway, that is going to do it, I think. We've covered a lot of ugly cards here.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, Ciaran, thank you so much for being in this episode with me.
It was my pleasure.
Going through all these hideous monstrosities with me. All right, thanks again.
No worries.
I'll leave links.
Talk to you again.
I'll leave links as well, by the way, in the description to like all your outlets, like Pokemon Playtime and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, I'll hopefully have a new video going up over the weekend, and then an analysis of the deck going up next week. So
excellent stuff, excellent stuff. All right, well, all that's going to be linked in the description, guys, so you can find him there, as well as Alan, of course, if you want to do that. So, and I would highly encourage you to do so. All right, so I guess that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back every week as usual. Facebook.com/Woopercast, SoundCloud.com/Woopercast, TuneIn, Stitcher, you know the places you can find it. All that stuff's down in the description too. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.